Happy New Year. If you've never seen me before, then allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nia. I'm 20 years old. I study biomedical science at university. I usually live in the UK, but I currently live in Singapore, which I make a couple videos about. I love to sing, I love cooking, I love reading, I love crochet, I love diving down Wikipedia rabbit holes at 3 a.m. because, hey, a girl's gotta have a hobby. And today is Thursday, the 1st of January, 2026. I think New Year's is always an interesting time of year because there's such a societal pressure to start fresh, to be someone new, starting on New Year's Day. And it's like such a point of like, this is the point where you have to start fresh. Otherwise, I don't know, there's no otherwise. You would just have to do it. And I think because of that pressure, I've always avoided starting the year in January. I think in my brain, because obviously I'm a student still, and for us, like, the year starts in September, so that's always the beginning of the year. But this year I'm trying to start fresh today, because I think in my life I'm just in such a phase of change. Again, I'm in university, and when you're at university, things are always changing. I think because I'm coming to the end of my university experience, I'm now thinking about who I want to be in the future and what I want to do with my life, etc., etc. And to be honest, I have no idea. I am trying to figure out what interests me. My degree is very, research oriented in that way, so I'm trying to figure out if that's my interest or if I want to do something else, if I want to pursue another interest of mine. So that's where I am. And I'm not gonna lie, having that much uncertainty in my life is a bit stressful. And I don't enjoy being stressed, as I assume most people do not. But as today is the 1st of January, I thought I would get my life back on track because I've been needing it. The last year was intense and a bit rough, and I don't want to do that again. So this year I'm trying to come into the year planned and prepared, and if that means that I have to film a video of me talking to myself while my entire family is waiting for me to finish filming, I will do that. Okay, so in this journal, what I'm going to do basically... what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little recap of what happened in 2025, write down what I'm hoping to do in 2026. So yeah, that's basically it. I have a list of prompts that I use every sort of end of year season, and I've been using them for the past 4-ish years. I think I probably missed a year in the middle, but it's easy to sort of compare how I felt about this year versus how I felt about last year, etc., etc. So I will leave the prompts on the screen and in the description box if you want to use them also. If you don't, there is no pressure. But yeah, let me do that real quick. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I should be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through my Notion and clean it up and sort it out. One of the major changes I made with my Notion at the end of 2025 was I split it from 2 workspaces to 3. So I used to have one that was just sort of general life and one that was study, but now I've split it into 3. So I have general life, study, and social media as separate ones. Social media used to be part of the general life, but it just got a bit messy and confusing. So now I have general life stuff, which is like books that I want to read, movies that I want to watch, reviews. I have kitchen stuff, journal prompts. I have gym stuff, like money stuff. It's all sort of here. Any notes that I need to make that I would want to be with me all the time, I try and write down here wherever it's relevant. I have a study notion, which is, uni notes. I have obviously notes and sort of keeping track of what I've been doing at my placement as well. And then I have what I call learning for the love of learning, which is just topics that interest me and I research them and I write it down there. And it's sort of just like my own mini personal curriculum, some might say. And then I have my social media, which is video ideas for YouTube, just blog stuff, podcast stuff, etc., etc. That all goes there just to keep track of it and keep note of what I need to be doing at any given time in that sort of sphere. Not that I'm very good at keeping track of it, which is why hopefully this new situation will help me out. But yeah, I just want to go through and edit my life notion a little bit because I need to put in my new resolutions. I need to switch some things up that are no longer really relevant to me, etc., etc. So let me do that. I will put a screen recording of what it looks like after this, but I'm happy with how it looks. It is a lot more neat and a lot more streamlined, which I think is nice and good for going into the new year with a little bit different, something new. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is a bit random, kind of. I got a new laptop because my old laptop was on its last legs. It saw me through my GCSEs and my A-levels and the first 2 years of my degree, but it's a bit tired now and she doesn't really work the way she used to. So I got a lovely brand new laptop, thank you to my parents who bought this lovely, beautiful thing for me. But I haven't really used it yet, and so I just want to give it a go, set it up the way I like, log into all of my accounts and things like that, download different apps that I need, put in a background that I like, etc., etc., just general menial tasks. But I thought I would do that right now, just to get myself ready for the new year. Okay, so I'm done with my laptop. I love her, she's so cute. I won't show you my laptop because I feel like that's quite private. But rest assured, she is loved. She's very smooth, works very well. And in comparison to my 20 kilo laptop that I used to be lugging around, this one is very, very light. I'm kind of scared that I might break it, so I might buy, a laptop case for her. But yes, the last thing I want to do before I head into the new year with all of these intentions and goals is I want to make a vision board. Vision boarding isn't something that I have done with any amount of regularity. I did it once a couple of years ago and my expectations for myself were too high, and it made me very sad that I didn't achieve everything. So this year we've pared back the expectations. A lot of them are sort of uni and work related. Again, won't really show what I'm hoping to achieve this year. If I achieve it by the end of the year, we'll talk about it. But this is for me to know what I want to achieve for myself. So I highly recommend you take a little scroll through Pinterest, see what you want to achieve, and yeah, put it together however you so decide. But yeah, I will go and do that after I end this video because I'm gonna end it here. 2026 is going to be a year of change for me. I'm giving myself 365 days to build my own dream life, and I know what I want. That was what the journaling was for. I know what I want to achieve. I know my expectations of myself, and what a better year to do it than the year that has just begun. I'm hoping to hold myself accountable through making videos about what I achieve and what I hope to achieve, and that's really all I have to say. I am starting this year very optimistic for my future. Like I said, I'm 20, I'm in this phase of change in my life, so I'm hoping to achieve great things. Like Timothy Chalamet said, I want to be one of the greats, and this year I hope to take the first step in achieving that. So yeah, at the risk of sounding pretentious, which I probably already do with my insanely strong British accent, that's where I'll end this video. So I hope you join me for what is coming next, and yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it is one filled with love and joy and beauty and prosperity, and I hope I will see you back here sometime soon. Bye bye. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot for auld lang syne? For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for auld lang syne.